Allora, Mashak Demon, and welcome back in another episode and another video. As always, if you like to support my channel, today I am going to show you 5 games. Yes sir, 5 games. And because they are the 5 games that I played at the first tournament that I won. This is the first tournament I won with 4 out of 5, but almost 5 out of 5 if I didn't get carried away the last game. Yeah, I got a bit too carried away. I said, alright, even if I lose, someone on my team is gonna go first. But then, because I had an elo, I got first. It's complicated. I don't even know how FIDE works. But let's get right into it. E4, every game started with E4. Best by test. But definitely best by test is not D6. But yeah, E4 D6, D4 G6, Knight F3, Bishop G7, Bishop C4, Knight F6, Knight C3. I'm just developing pieces, castles. And wow, all of this is theory. I didn't know that. Well, right, Knight C6, Bishop E3, E5, and now I go D5. So this bishop doesn't have a scope. Oh my god, and the arrows. So, he goes Knight B4, I go A3, and he goes back to A6. H3, C6, I go Queen D2 to sfianchetto this bishop. In Italian you say to sfianchettare, to remove that bishop from the fianchetto. So Queen D2 takes, he should have taken on E4, yeah, I didn't see that. But he took on D5, bishop takes D5, and now he goes bishop D7, and now this is A4, okay. Bishop takes B7, I'm attacking the knight and the rook. So rook B8, bishop takes A6, rook takes B2, and now I go bishop H6. Takes 6, and now he takes on C2, and it's over. As knight G5, if he goes here, check here and mate. I don't know why this wasn't the best move, but because it's mate. So yeah, he has to sack the queen. Queen takes G5, Queen takes G5, and I'm just a queen up. Rook B8, Rook B1, takes 6, Rook C6, and now I sacrifice the bishop with Queen F6. As if he were to take, Rook B8 blocks and takes would just be checkmate, as the queen controls the G7 square. So bishop C8 takes, and now Rook B7, threatening this checkmate. He defends with Rook F8, Queen takes D6, Rook E8, Rook takes A7, Rook E6, and I say, come on, I am a queen up. I'm just gonna sack it for the rook and be a rook up. Like, if I cannot win this position, I am a bot. Or actually not in chess, because bot is like hacker in other games. But yeah, like Rook B7, I don't let the king close to the pawn. I cut it off and I just promote. Indeed. King F8, A4, King E8. Actually here the board, because there were digital boards, I didn't write the games, but there were digital boards. Indeed, it's actually the first tournament where I had digital boards. And it said he went King E7. I don't know if I missed an illegal move, or if like he put the king in the middle of the two squares and it didn't register correctly. I don't know. But yeah, it said he played King E7, but I think he played King E8. So A5, King D8, A6, King C8, I drop back, I promote, I lose a rook. I don't know why. He doesn't take, I don't know why. But yeah, in the end, I make the king walk from its home square of e1 to e8, a8 to e1, and where it got checkmated. Next game, let's go. e4, c5, obviously I am playing as black, so I played the Sicilian. Knight c3, d6, knight f3, and knight f6, d4 takes, and g6, bishop a3, bishop g7, and g3. He plays the double fianchetto. Like, no, technically, no, not double fianchetto, but like, he also fianchettos his bishop. Castles, bishop g2, bishop d7, castles, and now knight c6. He goes back to e2, knight d e2, alright. I go queen c8. I thought this move was a little bit dubious, but it seems it is the best move. Trying to sfianchettare, as I said before, the bishop. So he does the same, queen d2. I go bishop h3, takes, and now knight f4. Very nice move actually. The going back to e2 actually worked, as now he has knight f4 and I have to drop back. But now he goes knight d5 instead of bishop h6. So I take, b6 for some strange reason. Yeah, 2. No, I don't really know why I play g6. Maybe to move the rook and not hang the pawn. I don't really know, honestly. Maybe it was a waiting move. But now he goes bishop h6 and I go knight e5. And if he takes the bishop, there is this royal fork. So he drops back, queen c1, and now I go queen h3. Takes, king h8, and now he goes queen f4, and I take the bishop. Takes 6, and I am a piece up. I'm simply a piece up. Now I attack the knight, rook f8, knight d5, rook ac8, preventing him from going over here and forking me. He goes knight f6, I go rook e6, harassing this poor knight. Knight d5, and I finally take on c2. Rook d e1, and rook d e1 just walks right into a fork. So king g2 takes, and takes on b2. Knight c3, I go rook f6, e5, and now talk about a long notation. Rook f takes f2 check. Wow. Like, I had to whilst writing the move down, I had to rewatch how it was written like 3 or 4 times, because I always missed a letter. Like, rook f takes f2 check. Wow. So he goes king g1, d takes c5, and these two rooks on the second rank are really a problem. Now he goes knight d1, which is actually a fork, but I saw, and I was wait, oh my god, am I losing? But no, because I saw that I could give a check here and take this pawn. So I got out of the fork, and now I said, alright, I mean, he cannot move anything. If he moves the knight, he gets checkmated. And as I say that mentally, he moves the knight and he gets checkmated. So second round won, 2 out of 2. And now this one, please pay attention. I know it will be a long game, but this was a very good game. 59 moves, 91.5% accuracy, played like a 2450. And it ended with one of the best moves of the tournament, and of my life. I don't think I have ever done that move. It started with e4 c5, obviously. Knight f3 d6, and g3, he also does the double fianchetto on the Sicilian. Knight f3, knight c3, knight c3, knight f6, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, castles, castles, d4 takes takes, knight c6, knight takes d6, b takes c6, e5, d takes e5, and now bishop takes c6. I go rook b8, takes takes, rook d1 takes takes, because this guy was actually pretty good. He was my same elo fide, 1621 or 1640. So I said, alright, the less pieces he has on the board, the less of a chance there is he beats me. So I continue trading. Bishop b7 takes takes, and now b3. It is a complete draw. I am actually a bit better, but yeah, it is a draw. e4, bishop b2, rook c7, knight e3, and now I go rook d7, taking the open file. He goes rook d1, takes takes. Now knight g4, the bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and now knight e3. And I said, alright, if I trade the knight, it's over. Like, he has 3 against 1. I am done for. So I can't trade the knights. So I go knight e5, also because this is a pretty good outpost for the knight. He goes a4, I go knight f3 check, king g2, and I didn't see that this was protected, so I went here thinking it was a fork, but then I realized and I went back to f3. He goes h3, defending that pawn, and I go king f6, and this I think is the only move. Like, I think this move at this moment saved me the game, because I got to the pawns just in time. I said, alright, my king is on g7, I have to move it, it's the endgame. So indeed, I got to the pawns at the exact perfect time. So I think this really was the best move. King f6, b4, king e6, c4, king d6, c5 check, king c6, and now knight c4 and knight d4. He gives you a check, now with knight a5, I go king c7, b5, f5, because I do not have the eval bar. I do not know it is equal. So I am thinking, alright, this is just over. Like, there's nothing I can do. I can just wait, like, there's nothing. This is the only thing I have. I'm just gonna push these pawns. But I found actually the best move, and in the end he blundered. So yeah, f5, I thought this was the only thing I had. He goes knight c4, I go h5, he goes c6, and I go g5. I'm continuing pushing these pawns because, yeah, as I said, I thought this was my only hope. I didn't think there was anything. But the great thing is, the king cannot escape. The king cannot join the battle. If the king was able to join the battle, I would have lost this game, but he wasn't able. Because of the pawn and the knight especially. And now I calculate this very nice pawn sacrifice a6, because these 3 connected passed pawns are really strong. But as soon as he takes, his structure is completely ruined, and these are huge weaknesses. So I played a6, indeed this was the best move. And now he does a very nice move, knight a3, and if I go e5, and he takes, and takes, and I take with the king, he can go back to c4, and I cannot go here, nor here, and I cannot stop the pawn. So, but I went e5 anyway, because what did I calculate? that I could take with the knight. This was I am very happy about this move. Indeed, it was the best move I could take with the knight, and now the a7 square is covered. So he goes knight d5, and I said, oh my god, did he lose here? Because I mean, king b6, a7 takes, and now he blunders. Takes, knight takes a7 is a blunder, and now I'm completely winning. And the brutal thing about chess is that you can play 40 moves of insanely good chess, and at the 40th move blunder, and it's over, like this. This is the most heartbreaking thing about chess. It is a war. It is a war after all. Like, one mistake is enough. Imagine playing 59 moves, like 40 moves of perfect chess, just to make one mistake and lose. Yeah, chess is brutal. But yeah, it is a war. There is who wins and there is who loses. Now he brings the king, finally, king f1, king a6, king e2, king a5, f3, takes, and I have this wall of pawns on the 5th rank. King takes f3, king takes a4, king e3, and king a3. I am pretty happy about this move, because, I mean, he could have done anything else, but if he went king d3, which he does, I can get the opposition, king b3. This is called distant. I remembered about distant opposition. I had to have an odd amount of squares from the enemy king. So in this case 3. So if he comes towards me, I have opposition. So king b3, king d2. I go f4. He goes g4, takes, and now e4. It's over. King e2, king c3, king f2, king d2, and now this is simply the red carpet for the pawn. This is the bridge, as Ether calls it. This is the red carpet, king f1, e3, king g2, e2, king h3, and e1 equals queen, king g2, queen g3 check, king h1, I take the pawn because it would have been stalemate, king h2 force, f3, king h1. Now I was so nervous here that I missed mate in 1. So I went f2, but king h2, and now the move that rattled through my opponent's soul. f1 equals bishop. What a gangster move! Because if I were to promote to a rook or a queen, this would be stalemate. This is the only square the king has these two squares. So if I were to promote to a rook or to a queen, this square would be occupied, and a knight wouldn't result in immediate checkmate. But a bishop, he's forced here, and this is checkmate, and he resigns. Bishop under promotion, guys. I don't think I have ever seen that outside of puzzles, but it happened to me in this tournament. Great move. This was the highlight of the whole tournament, maybe. And now this game played against the true Chad, Eduardo, the true Chad, and he went e4, c5. Obviously, everyone plays the Sicilian. Knight f3, d6, d4, takes, knight f6, knight c3, a6, bishop e3, e5, knight f3. Everything is a book move. Now he goes knight g4, I go queen d2. I should have gone attack the queen, but I thought like f6, and what's next? I don't know. But knight takes c3, queen takes c3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop e7, castles, and now I put my knight on this very nice outpost on d5. He goes b5, bishop b3, bishop b7. I go a3, knight a5. I go rook ac1. Pretty nice move because I anticipate the opening of this file. Indeed, takes, and now this file is open. I should have taken with the queen, but right. I mean, it's just 0.4. Bishop takes d5, he takes d5, and he goes bishop f6. I go rook fe1, rook e8, and now I infiltrate with rook c6. He goes e4, knight d4, and rook e5. Now I almost blundered. Actually, I shouldn't have gone rook d1. I don't know why. I thought I was protecting this. Oh yeah, I could have gone rook d1 here. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I went rook d1 to defend the knight, because this would add another attacker with the rook and the bishop. Indeed, he takes on d5, and I take on e4, and now he blunders. He takes on d4, and this actually shows you how much psychology is chess. When he played that move, he was like, true, there's this move. So I immediately saw that I could take the rook instead of the bishop. Bishop like this, and now with the queen. Like, he saw takes, but I immediately saw that I could take the rook. But since he went, I thought there was a trick. So even though I saw it immediately, I thought for a bit. I didn't know if there was a tactic. But yeah, this shows you how much psychology is chess. But yeah, but in the end, I took the rook, and he said, no, yeah, that was a blunder. So, queen takes c5, bishop takes b2, and now rook takes d6, and I have the Alekhine's gun. I have 9, depends if you are old school, you think the queen is 10. Like, maximum 20 points of material barring down the d file. So queen e7, check, takes, queen f8, queen takes f8 check, king takes f8, a4 takes 6, and now king e7. I attack the bishop with rook b1, bishop e5, rook b6, a5, and rook f1. Rook d7, h3, king c7, rook b5, bishop c3, king e2. I bring my king, I bring my pawns. H5, king e6, takes f takes, f5 check, g takes f5 check, g takes f5 check, king f6, I give a check, he goes back, king e5, h5, I give a check, he goes king f8, I go king f6, check, here h4 takes, bishop f6 check, king h5, bishop e7, king g6, bishop b4, and now I push, king e8, and I saw I could sack the rook with rook takes b4, a takes b4, and now king g7. I remembered, as I said, the bridge. This is the red carpet for the pawn, with king g7, indeed b3, f7 check, king d7, f8 equals queen, b2, queen b4. Since he's a Chad, he makes a knight, obviously, because he's the best. I take the knight and he resigns. And lastly, this game was crazy. I said like, alright, even if I lose, someone of Augusta Perusia, my team, goes in first place. And I lost, but as I said, I have Velo, so the arbiter didn't know, so I am first, but I should have been second. I don't know. I don't understand. But at that time I thought that if I lost, I got second and another one of my team got first. So I said, alright, whichever the result, one of Augusta Beirut, goes to first place. So I'm happy also with a loss. So I went crazy. I went a bit too crazy. So there were 11 moves of theory. 11 moves of theory. E4, c5, knight f3, knight d6, c4 takes takes, knight f6, knight c3, g6, bishop e3, bishop g7, f3, castles, queen d2, knight c6, castle song, bishop d7, g4, rook c8, h4, queen a5. 11 moves of theory. He goes g5, and now I went knight b4, sacking the knight, and after a3, I sacrificed the rook! And this was actually a brilliant move. And I knew it because that's basically theory. This sacrifice is basically theory. Which is crazy. And he went knight b3. I should have gone, obviously, queen a4. But since I am stupid and I wanted to end this game, if I lost in style. I sacked the queen. 4 of my pieces are hanging. I thought like 4 of my pieces are hanging. You have to choose one. You can't take all of them at once. So rook fc8. I sacked the queen. Takes is a mistake. So actually now it's a draw. King here, knight takes c4, I sack the knight, another nice move. A takes b4, now I'm winning. Wow. But yeah, it's over because a takes b4, check. I forgot that he took this knight that was protecting this square. And I went rook c2, and a few moves later I resigned. But yeah, 4 pieces hanging at once. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This was a crazy game. Yeah, I went a bit too crazy. But I still ended up, since I had Hilo, and the arbiter didn't know, I still ended up winning the tournament with 4 out of 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!